Hey, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another reading. Try and get a reading in before the last of the light, last of the daylight at least. This one's going to be on gift or a gift that's coming into your life. So yeah, I don't feel like there's an introduction needed for this one. It's going to be an abstract reading. I might continue on the patterning of the picker piles, but yeah, we'll see what Spirit's got for us. As always, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Feel free to pause the video and we'll get stuck into pile number 1s. Okay, pile number 1s. A gift, a new gift. Doesn't everyone want a gift? I sure do. What do you see? What do you feel? Pile number 1s. What do you see? What do you feel? We've got a dog barking in the background, giving some form of confirmation. I am getting like an energy here of patience, but there's something like really beautiful going on. So it's like, even as I'm connecting with Spirit through this drawing, it's like there's this energy of, almost Spirit itself in this kind of motion. I'm getting the energy of like, and I can only explain this the way that I'm connecting with it, is that just kind of doing its thing. And in that, possibly, without being cheesy, that almost being the gift. Now, okay, this energy is kind of coming to a close, but there is something that's forming here. Like I said, remember to touch in with how you see, how you perceive this, how you feel. I personally, I'm kind of really drawn, no pun intended, drawn to kind of flip this and kind of see almost like a flower. I'm seeing like a flower now, I'll leave it like that, pile number 1s. Not sure how well centered it is, but center it a little bit there for you. Yeah, to me, it's a bloom, it's a flowering. But it's interesting because there was none of that energy that I could see in the process of it. It was almost like a surprise at the end, flipping it and seeing a flower because my logical mind was seeing more of like, you know, sometimes in these readings the dragon comes out a lot. But it's that was my logic, that was my mind going, that wasn't the intuition. The intuition was this, which is the flowering, the blooming, the gift of kind of effortlessly connecting with spirit seems to be your gift. I just also want to add some kind of like descriptive words here. Got some confirmation there. Got an email. I just want to give some descriptive words here though, just to finish the reading of how I would. Wow, got a lot of alerts coming in. Some descriptive words of how I would describe this flower, because I feel like that's going to reflect you. So there's definitely a blooming energy. I'm actually kind of getting colours as well, so maybe take mental note of colours, or if you're seeing colours yourself in this flower. I'm seeing purples and oranges. Now, purple and orange I wouldn't really put together. For anyone who's been on the channel long enough, knows I'm an architect, so I do have a taste for colour. It's one thing I'm quite good at. I know colour. And purple and orange, I'm not going to judge. I'm sure there's people out there who could make that work, but I wouldn't typically put those colours together. But it is beautiful as a flower and as a reading. So purple and orange, what do they represent for you? There's a clue in that. I'd also say I'm almost seeing like a kind of like a butterfly energy, or some form of insect being attracted to this flower. So you're maybe it's just you being attractive. So there's that type of energy in the reading as well. But part ones, like I said, these readings I'm fighting with the daylight, so I'm gonna move on to sorry, I just got one of my emails just come up on my phone as well, so as well as my laptop. So maybe you're getting some form of invitation to something, pile number ones as well, where you'll have the opportunity to look beautiful or attractive, handsome if you're a dude watching this. Purple and orange, maybe something kind of royal or tropical. Yeah, sit on it. So yeah, like I said, pile number ones, quick readings today. If you liked it, please do remember to like, comment and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Okay, pile number twos. Continuing the speckles, the specks. It's funny, as I said that specs, I kind of got the image of glasses. So your gift might be something to do with your sight. Spirit's kind of giving me the approval to that, confirmation to that. Something to do with your sight. Funnily enough, with my sight, as I do this reading, I've had problems with not even my eye, but my eyelid. Pile twos, if you've ever experienced, I think they call them Chilesians. I've had a Chilesian, I just haven't been able to shift it. So in many ways, I hope this reading is, for me, reflecting on my physical eye. But I feel like, if I'm completely honest with you, Pile Twos, I don't know, you may be having some healing with your eye, but I feel like this gift is the spiritual eye. I'm not sure if you're able to also ironically see this in the way that it's actually on the page, because it is speckled. There's probably quite a lot of the detail that's lost, but if you're close enough to the page, like how I am, this is really quite an interesting pattern and reading illustration. What do you see? Pile number 2s. You know, like, so here's some kind of key words. So I feel like I think we nailed it at the start with the sight. But what's quite interesting here is I'm seeing, like, I think this is to do with like flowers. All of these readings are to do with flowers. And what's weird about it is during a reading, it's a completely different energy. As I'm illustrating, it's a different energy. And it's like, I don't know how to put it, because I wouldn't really say that when you're working through spirit, there's kind of a trickster energy. But I do feel like there's a little bit of a trickster energy going on with these readings today, because it's like, usually when I'm getting the energies coming through, they lead. So it'd be like the trail leads directly to the end point. But with these readings, don't get me wrong, so like at the start, we acknowledged the sight or the spiritual eye. I think that was the thread that ends the reading too. That is the main point, that's the anchor. But with these readings, at least so far, it's like spirit kind of gave me a different end product to what I was feeling throughout the illustration. So to give you an example, I was getting starfish energy at the start. I was also getting almost like an octopus. And then as it came to the end, it's like, no, this is a flower. And it's a flower again. This was Pile 1's also got a flower of some kind. So does that make sense? There's this energy here. I maybe spirit is kind of just quite honestly humbling us, or at least me, in these readings today, to say what you think isn't what it is, you know, which is strange, because that energy never really comes through. So maybe that's part of your gift. Sometimes that's maybe that's part of the message that you're meant to hear today. Is it the gift that you're receiving? It isn't what you think it is. That would make perfect sense as well, part 2s. Like, that's like hitting the jackpot again, kind of energetically. I'm feeling that hitting the jackpot. What you think it is isn't what it is. So, pile number 2s, I'm losing a lot of light in these readings, so I'm going to keep them short. But just to end the reading, it seems to be like you're coming into some form of spiritual awakening. There's kind of a descriptive words here. I would say these are probably explaining your gift. So the gift is maybe a new spiritual gift, but there's something to do with connectivity here. There's something to do with definitely the color orange. This almost reminds me a little bit of the marigold. You might want to Google the marigold plant and see if there's any spiritual definitions of what the marigold represents. Yeah, so even marigold, I'm getting like Mary gold. So you might be Mary watching this. Also like Maya, Michelle. For males, it's like Michael, Matthew. Also getting Gareth from Marigold, Gareth. Marigold. Georgia. But very much gold type energy too. But really orange, like that bright marigold orange. If you don't know what a marigold is, I recommend Googling it. It doesn't necessarily look like this, but it's embracing that energy. So yeah, I hope I didn't forget anything major there, and sorry for making these readings so snappy today, but hopefully you got something from it, pile number twos. If you did, please do remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Take care. Okay, pile number threes. We are fighting against the light today, so I'll be zipping through this. What do you see? What do you feel? Yeah, spirit doesn't disappoint. They've all been kind of flowery type energies today. And the kind of common thread is that the energy comes through as something and then ends up as a flower. So I'm just going to kind of give you some clues of the energies that at least I felt that were coming through. I feel like the anchor of this reading is to do with almost like your gift is something to do with infinity, to do with like the energy of forever, to do with the energy of could be timeless. Spinning all over the place. I've talked about that in one of my previous readings, actually, the importance of like timelessness or timeless creation. Pile number threes, there was almost like that infinity loop coming through. So your gift is something to do with like, dare I say, it could be even like creating something timeless. It might be your gift. You're creating something timeless. Also, from this energy, I was also getting like the butterfly. The butterfly. So we know what the butterfly kind of represents: transformation, primarily. It's also the butterfly also represents, in many ways, like just beauty. You know, everyone likes to look at a butterfly. I'm not sure what's more fascinating about a butterfly. Its patterns or its movement. Can't think of really anything that moves like a butterfly. The way that it flies is unique, isn't it? And even when it lands, it has a certain motion where it kind of slows down, and the wings are almost like mechanical. They're almost like, stagger. It's like they, it's like, it's not even like a aeroplane that slowly, it's, it kind of does that. I'm not sure if you know what I'm trying to say, Palfreys. And I'm not saying every butterfly is the same, but it's almost, sometimes when they land and, bring their wings together, it's almost like a little bit of a glitch energy, like a glitch in the matrix. My artistic side clearly coming out, but seriously, that's how I view it. Maybe I've never expressed that, but yeah. So these might be clues to your gift also, pile number 3s. Something to do with the thing that you're creating, that timeless thing that you're creating. It is probably very unique. It could even be quite hard to explain. You know how I just explained those butterfly wings. When if you haven't seen the butterfly, and you try and explain that to someone, not necessarily what a butterfly looks like, but that little thing I talked about with the wings, you probably understand what I mean as well, Palfreys, right? There's a certain like weird motion when you think about it that the butterfly does when it perches on something. It's not smooth. It's not like even like a bird. A bird lands and it just tucks its wings in. End of the story. And like I said, the planes and anything robotic, it kind of, but then butterflies, there's this, it kind of, and then lands, and then it's like, does this I know some of you Palfreys know what I'm talking about too. It does though, doesn't it? It does that thing. And it's like, if you've not seen that before, hopefully you understand what I'm saying, Palfreys. Hopefully you're not completely lost about what I'm talking about here. But if you've never seen that before, you're trying to explain that to someone, and I know the butterfly actually lands like this, and they've never seen it, it's very unique to a butterfly. Maybe there's other flying insects that do the same thing, but like, near enough, I can't really think of anything. Probably, I don't even think moths land like that, even though moths look near enough the same, just different colours. Moths aren't. Moths are a lot more like rigid, But maybe I could be wrong there. But they're a little bit more like, rigid. They're like a bit more thick. They're not as delicate usually. They're a little bit more like thicker than butterflies. So just to end the reading, pile number 3s, because as you can see, you probably can't even see anything in this reading. When the readings start turning blue, we're in trouble. Just to end the reading, as a flower here. it reminds me a little bit of like a daffodil or even an orchid as a plant. Um, Color wise, I was actually getting mainly actually green. I know that's quite difficult because there's not very well. I don't think I've. There's definitely no green orchids, at least that I've not seen. And I was thinking about the daffodil, and they're definitely yellow, although they may come in different colors. But green um, flowers, you don't really see that much. It's not to say that this flower seemed green to me. It's just the energy of it was very green. So I just thought I would say that. I'd say also a little bit of pink, and that reminds me of the orchid. You definitely have pink orchids, but actually the primary color here is green, and almost like quite a bright green, if I'm honest. So that might be linked to what you're doing. That might be linked to your aura, how you feel. That just might just be a clue for you. Um, Green. So part number three is just to kind of give a little bit more clarity, or just give a bit of final clarity on the reading. This is a reading which to me represents a gift of creating something timeless, probably in terms of your creativity, but it could be something else. And, everything else in the reading hopefully just gives you some confirmation or some clues to research yourself. So, with that said, I'm going to leave you to it. Enjoy this dark space, get some lights on. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, pile number threes. If you did, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com. And as always, thank you for being here. Take care.